Wildlife conservation regulations in the Gambia are created to protect wild animals from extinction. The Gambia currently has 6 wildlife protected zones occupying 3.5% of the country's total land area. Umar Ahmad Toure has more in this report.
The Gambia has strict laws prohibiting the killing and selling of wild animals. Despite these laws and the periodic raids by wildlife officers along tourist facilities and inside bushes, a clandestine practice of hunting and selling wild animals does exist. According to Gambia's Wildlife and Biodiversity Act 2003, anyone found guilty of killing a turtle faces a maximum fine of $50,000 or a maximum 2-year jail term or both. Maudo Jallo, a principal wildlife conservationist, said more sensitizations are needed to protect wild animal species such as turtles. He also said that the wildlife and biodiversity laws need adjustment to further protect wild species by arming wildlife guards.
So this existing law that we are making now, that will give us a strength to have this firearm operating in the Gambia. If when they don't allow us, they see us as a civilians, why without knowing that we can use any firearm they are having, then they can attach paramilitary to us so that we can able to protect these species and Gambian wildlife can be expand more than what we are having presently.
Marine turtles used to occupy some 80 kilometers of Gambian coastline, but their population has declined due to poaching. The reptiles now occupy only 34 kilometers of the country's coastline. Jallo, who is also the head of research and development at the Department of Parks and Wildlife, said the turtles must be protected because they contribute to the reproduction of fish by barring other aquatic species from consuming fish eggs.
I can tell you today, if we have more turtles in our seas, we'll have more fisheries because they play a significant role in the sea. For this turtle you are seeing here is a cleansing officer in the marine environment, because they clean the area where the fish are laying their eggs. So without them, the number of eggs that are going to be hatched from the fish is going to be very minimal.
In May this year, hyenas under the protection of Abuko Nature Reserve escaped from their cages. One of the hyenas was killed by the youth of Tabokoto. Similarly, in June 2020, a stray crocodile was also killed by a mob in the street of Banjul. The Gambia has 117 species of mammals, 30 species of amphibians, and 47 species of reptiles, making a total of 194 species of wild animals. But these species face imminent danger from poachers. Attempts to protect nature and wildlife dates as far back as 1916, when the Abuko Nature Reserve was protected as a water catchment area and given reserve status in 1968. The 1977 Banjul Declaration was signed to complement legislation to protect Gambia's flora and fauna. For iAfrica TV, I am Omar Ahmad Toure.
The killing of wildlife animals is prohibited in the Gambia.